I was looking today, watching this interview with Mike Rinder, who was high up in Scientology, and he left it. So a question I had with it was, when he was thinking about leaving, what's prompting this. And I saw that, yes, he was dead to this way of life, and he just wanted to leave. He wanted to leave. Time to end it, you know, and to move on. So what we had here was just retreating. I'm done with this, okay? He wanted to retreat away from the ideas of Scientology. The challenge was he was feeling bound. He was feeling caught by it. His conscious thoughts were about, expressing his own power, about taking control. The way he saw himself was basically dead there, stabbed in the back. It just was not, well, to say it wasn't fulfilling is an understatement. Okay, now he had been raised in Scientology since he was born. His parents were Scientologists, okay? So what's above all of this is, he came up with something new, something that was precious. New ideas were coming to him. The foundation of it is he's looking at this, what he was raised in, the sharing of this, not as something healthy, but as, being pressed on these ideas that were basically unhealthy. Basically, they were sharing poison, okay? Because what we have here, his subconscious thoughts were about leaving, It's time, I want to get to better waters. It was just really kind of a depression type thing, because the energy saw surrounding it was something of, heavy-handed energy with all of this. Okay, in the past, he's looking forward to the future, in the distant future, you're waiting for your ship to come in, you're looking for better things. The hopes and fears of this were hoping for more exploration, looking inside himself, and the fear on that is being isolated, basically it's like a Amish, or if you do something against the organization, you're shunned. Nobody has anything to do with you. You are isolated. You're out on your own. And especially something like Scientology wants to make it seem like you have nothing else in life other than that. Okay. Short term was that I think he found a better place within himself, a gentler way. He, and so the final outcome was to steal away. He had to get out of there and take what you can. Sometimes for me, this card represents leaving a situation and taking what you can out of it, and you leave the rest, okay? So he was taking what he could from it, and leaving the rest behind. And in this case, it's almost like having to steal away to get out of that organization, because it's very controlling. Now, I know I checked into Scientology when I was very young as well, and indeed also joined the Sea Org. But I saw very quickly this was not the place for me to be, and I left. I extricated myself very quickly. But yeah, it's very controlling, very, very controlling there. So let's see. I think I'm going to do these cards and see where he's at today. So where is Mike Rinder at today, psychologically, and how does he see things today? First card out is air, open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. Okay, so he's freed himself up from the confines and the constructs that he was raised in there. So he could explore things, so he could learn, so he could expand. A lot of trouble when you leave those types of things is getting out of the programming that you've been in for your life. Challenging it, okay? Path is hunter of mysteries. Hunter of mysteries. He wants to see what else is out there. Okay. Because Scientology, when you get up in the upper levels, you get into some really weird things about aliens, very strange things. So, and the surface, it looks good, but yeah. What we have also, yeah, the heart is in cutting through, okay? The heart is about cutting through. Cutting through the drama. Because you got to cut through a lot of stuff and things that you were told to believe in, to cherish, and you've got to cut those out, get rid of it. Okay. Okay. Some unhappiness, I think with just the whole experience and working to transform it, still trying to cut through some of those ideations that were there. Yeah, so he's working on above it. Open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning is loving, okay? Becoming more expansive and awakening, okay? Just continuing to explore and awakening and following his journey, to fulfillment. So, and I think it's also educating, educating others, okay? Unhappy with the organization, wanting to transform things, reaching out to others, again, to cut through some of these fallacies and to explore mysteries, but he wants to, again, it's about learning, exploring, gaining more depth, okay, open-mindedness. Objectivity, I think there's about looking at the objectivity of the Scientology organization as it is as well. Out there sharing what he knows about it to educate people as to what it is and what it's not. So there we have what I got on Mike Rinder.